What is going on, guys? It's your boy Team Monster here, back again, once again with a new video for you guys today. And today we're going to be doing something a little different for you guys. And today we are going to be telling a story. Now, this is something that I've kind of wanted to put on the channel for a little bit of a while, but I didn't really know how to go about it. So hopefully I can get this thing right, and it could be something that could keep recurring back on the channel. So just sit back, enjoy, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Now let's get into the story. Now this story takes place on the day of June 29th. Yes, the 29th, because Crash Bandicoot came out on the 30th. Now, this is actually during the nighttime because that is when Crash Bandicoot came out on early release at 9:30 at the GameStop there I pre-ordered at. Now, me and PMF both agreed that we would go to the GameStop and just do a midnight release type ish. I don't know how to explain it, but it was at 9:30. Now, we got to GameStop and we were hyped because apparently they were giving out the copies earlier than 9:30 because we eventually got our copies at around 8:45 to 9 o'clock. I don't know exactly what time it was, but we got it a little bit earlier. So that's not the part of the story that's really intriguing / weird. Now, the thing I am referring to is a guy at GameStop that we encountered. This guy, well, first let me explain it. Me and PMF walk into the GameStop, and we are greeted by a really nice GameStop employee. And she's like, "Are you guys here to pick up Crash?" And then we're like, "Of course, yeah, why not?" And then she's like, "Cool, so we're going to be giving those out a little bit earlier than 9:30, but other than that, just wait around, wait for Crash." We're like, "Oh, okay, that's perfect." So me and PMF decide, hey, we have about 20-30 minutes before that we can get Crash. So we just decide to look around GameStop. And the way this GameStop works is when you first walk in, you got like your figurines, you got your pops, you got all that stuff. And then you go over to the next part of the GameStop, you got clothing, you got your like t-shirts, and you got your backpacks and stuff like that. Finally, you got the games, which are all the way in the back towards the door, which would lead to the employees only area. Now, me and PMF, we first decide, screw it, we're just going to go from the door to the back. And we stopped at the figurines first. So we're there, we're admiring some of the pops they have. Pretty pissed because they didn't have like a Jumbo Reinhardt, but I wasn't there to buy pops anyways, so I wasn't really that upset. But other than that, we see this dude. And he's casually just looking at the pop figures. We're like, oh, that's cool. He's looking into the pop figures. And this guy starts talking to us. Now, he's perfectly fine until we mention Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z seemed to be a topic of interest for him. But here's the weird thing. I don't think he knew much about Dragon Ball Z because he said, well, he picked up a Goku like figurine. It wasn't a pop, but it was a figurine. And he was like, "Oh, Goku, my favorite. He's best with his golden hair." And that is probably referring to his Super Saiyan 2 form, because I think that's the figure he picked up. By the way, I know a little bit about Dragon Ball Z. I'm not too big on it. Well, not too big on the lore, but I know a little bit, and I better know a bit enough. But basically, other than that, this dude picks up the Goku and says, "Oh, this is cool. He's best with his golden hair." And I'm like, there's more than one transformation, right? He has more than one colored different like hair. He's like, "Oh, cool, really?" And I'm like, yes, he is. Yes, he does actually. Sorry. But yeah, other than that, me and PMF get little like shady vibes from him, and we're like, okay. And then PMF's like, "Oh, hey, Haunter, let's go to the game section. I heard they got this cool game that you've been wanting to get." Even though, not really, I didn't want to get this game. But we needed a diversion to get away from this guy because eventually he started talking really weird. Because like, he also mentioned Vegeta, but he said Vegeta. So, I don't know. But other than that, we just tried to like avoid him at all costs. Now, we're in the games. We're scouting, looking at the games, seeing what we can really see, making jokes, all that. And then we notice this guy comes back with a promotional beach ball that the GameStop had in the store. There we go. But he's like, "Hey guys, guess what? Yeah." And he's like literally speaking like that. And he's like, "I have the beach ball. I guess I'm a collector now." And he starts talking really geeky. Now I have no problem with that, but he just started like sounding so weird after that. Like I don't even want to go into detail, but I kind of have to. Like this dude is having like a spaz attack about Crash. I feel like he was drinking 10 cups of Starbucks a day until Crash got released. I feel like that's what he's on, caffeine. But other than that, we got our game, and we also went to the register, and we're like, okay, we're here to pick up the games, blah, 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 and so on. This guy also started pissing the living fuck out of the employee. And you could tell that the employee just wanted to go home and, well, first of all, finish passing out all the games and getting everybody out of the store so he can lock up and just go home. But this guy would literally keep talking him up. And you could tell that the GameStop employee was getting frustrated. I'm not giving out names or anything like that, so luckily that GameStop employee is fine. But I feel bad for that poor employee because I also forgot my receipt. So I had to give him my phone number, and I think that takes a little bit more effort than just scanning the receipt. But other than that, that guy was just, I could tell he was like off of it or something. He was either, this is a new theory, he's on drugs. Let's go with that. But other than that, our night was good. We went back to the car. PMF dropped us off, well, dropped me off, and he went home, and we both enjoyed Crash. But other than that, that night was pretty good. It was pretty fun. Our first early release, if you want to call it that. I would say midnight, but it wasn't at midnight. It was like 8-ish, 8:45. But other than that, it was good. So that's going to wrap up the story and going to wrap up the video, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Share the video so I can get more exposure. So don't forget to have a great day, guys, and see you guys later.